Yo, what is going on, guys? In this video today, I'm going to be showing you guys the best Warzone settings for Season 7 Warzone. With Season 7 Warzone coming out today, whether you're playing today, tomorrow, over the weekend, whatever, I want to give you guys the best settings to get the highest FPS and be able to stack up your wins and your KD this season in Warzone. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a comment down below. Share this video with any friends who may be having other FPS issues. Other than that, I'm going to be showing another setting in GeForce Experience that'll make your game look better. You'll be able to spot enemies further away, and overall, it'll make your game a little bit more vibrant. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So once you get Warzone open, you're obviously going to want to go over to Settings. You're going to go over to General. For the first setting, I play on 110 field of view. I used to play on 120, and I would find it hard to be able to track people from distances of like 200 meters plus. So I dropped this down to 110, and I've noticed significant improvement in my tracking at the longer distances. So for brightness, personally, I land Superstore, all the hot drops, trying to go for high kill games. So I put my brightness up to 60, as in some spots it can get extremely dark, especially if you're pushing people in stadium, in the little rat tunnels where it's extremely dark. You really need to be able to see down there, spot their head if they're head glitching. That way you're able to kill them. So I play on 60 brightness. Now down at the bottom of general settings, frames per second counter, I have this enabled. Just allows me to know how my computer is running on the day. Some days I'll have a little bit lower, so I just hit my computer with a restart and it'll be good to go. Server latency I also have enabled. That way I know if the server is, if it's a bad server, or if it's my physical computer that's having hitches or something like that. Graphics processing temperature, I have this on as well. This is how warm your graphics card is. So if it is extremely high, it could potentially risk overheating, which I've had a graphics card overheat before, and it just shuts your computer off. So I keep this on just to make sure all my temperatures on my computer are good to go. For the next two, graphics and central processing time, I keep both of these on. It's nice to see where I'm having latency problems in my computer. My GPU time is on 4 milliseconds and my CPU time is on 9 milliseconds. So basically what this means is that say my GPU time is on 4 like it is now, my CPU is on 10. This is going to be 10 seconds from the input that I put into my computer and how long it takes to get to my computer. So I click my mouse and it would take 9 milliseconds to get the input into my computer, which then my computer sends to the server that I'm playing on, which is server latency. So that's going to be it for the general tab. Now on to graphics, which is where you're going to find the biggest issues. So I actually just restarted this game right before recording, and immediately I have the first problem that happens all the time, and you're going to want to make sure every time you load Warzone that this is on full screen and not full screen borderless. The amount of times this happens, I don't know what causes it, is insane. I go into a game, I'll have 20 less FPS, I'll check my settings, and my display mode is on full screen borderless. So you want to make sure it's on full screen. Otherwise, if you press escape, your cursor will go off your screen. You'll accidentally click something else. There's a lot of things that are bad about having it on full screen borderless. So the next two don't really matter. This display monitor is just the monitor you use. So for screen refresh rate, I have a 144 hertz monitor. So you're going to want to have it on 144 hertz or whatever you're on. If you're on a 240 hertz monitor, or if you are on a 60 hertz monitor. So again, with the restarting the game, it'll either bring you to full screen borderless, which you want to make full screen, and your render resolution, it will always, for some reason, default to 66 when you open the game. You always want this on 100. And then I usually play on 1920, but just for this video to make the quality better, I'm on 1440p. But I do usually play on 1920 by 1080, and I would honestly, even if you have a 1440p monitor, unless you have a beast of a PC, just highly, highly recommend 1920 by 1080. You really don't need the extra look. It already looks good. So for aspect ratio, you want this on automatic. VSync, please turn this off. It's a setting in all games. It doesn't do anything. All it does is hinder your performance, causes FPS drops. There's a bunch of bad things about it. For a frame rate limit, I put this on custom. I put mine on 165. I see a lot of people, they uncap their FPS because they like seeing the big numbers. They like seeing the 300, the 400 even sometimes. Personally, I think it just uses more of your processes in your computer. So I play on 165 here. I play on 100 in my menu. And out of focus, 30. Nvidia highlights. Now I highly recommend this on disabled unless for some odd reason you like to have it on. Nvidia Reflex, I put this on enabled. Display gamma 2.2. Texture resolution, I put this on normal. Texture filter, low. Particle quality, low. Bullet impacts, I actually do have this enabled. I know some people play disabled. It is kind of preference. I'll be getting shot if I need to get behind a wall and pop armor. I can look behind me on the wall to see where the bullet impact is coming from to get a better angle of where he can or can't be. Stuff like that. Tessellation disabled. On-demand texture streaming disabled. Stream quality low. Shadow map resolution low. Both of the cast shadows low. Particle lighting low. Direct ray tracing, please make sure you have this off. I know a lot of these settings you don't even really know what they mean. Some people have no clue what any of these settings are. They just follow a settings video, which is why I'm making this for you guys. Just have this disabled. It completely torches your frames. Your computer has to run so much harder when you have this on. For ambient occlusion, I have this on disabled. Screen space reflection disabled. Anti-aliasing I have off. Depth of field off. Filmic strength 0. Please make sure you have weapon and world motion blur off. You do not want your game to look like this where your background is just completely blurry. I have no clue how people would be able to see anything. You turn a 180 direction to just go the other way or whatever, and you have no idea if someone's right in front of you. So make sure both of these are disabled. Film grain, you want this on 0. Make sure this is on 0. As you guys can see over here, it almost looks like there's black dots that are in here. Just makes your game look so much better. These are the settings that I personally use and I would recommend for lower end PCs. Maybe not lower end, but definitely not the higher end PCs. I see a lot of streamers and Warzone YouTubers. They have settings like high texture resolution on, and that's just not needed because those are the same people who have like $2,000 to $3,000 computers, which obviously they can afford. So I mean, if I could afford that, I would definitely have a beast PC like that too. But you want to be able to run the best settings and get the highest FPS for you. So with that being said, I'm going to get into the higher end PC settings that I would use. So for texture resolution, they play on high. You want to make sure if you have a better PC, being able to have higher texture resolution will make you see clearer. If someone's blending in, you'll be able to distinguish their body outline a lot better as well. Nothing else really changes based off of a high-end or mid-tier PC. For ambient occlusion, I've played with both of these, either disabled or on. If I had a higher-end PC, I would definitely play with static objects, GTAO on. Anti-aliasing, make sure this is on a SMAA T2X, not the Filmic one. So now that we're done with the graphics, we're going to head over to the audio settings. I know a lot of people are confused on which audio mix is the best. While it is personal preference, I definitely think that Boost Low is the best of all these options. I've tested all of them in game. Boost Low kind of gives you a little bass sound on the footsteps, which I really like. It makes it so I really know distinctly that someone's coming. Hit marker sound effects, I want this on MW. That's just my personal preference again, as all of these audio settings are. So that's going to be it for the FPS boost part of this video. Some minor FPS boost that you could do is make sure before you load into any game, just open Task Manager, hit More Details, and then you're going to want to close any processes that you don't need. If you have Google Chrome open, if you're watching a YouTube video, if you're watching a Twitch stream. So for the final secret setting that not too many people know about, you're going to want to go into your GeForce Experience. You're going to hit Control-Alt-Z, and you're going to head over to Game Filter. If when you hit Control-Alt-Z it doesn't pop up, just type in on Google GeForce Experience, and just download that. Make sure your drivers are up to date. That could be another issue why you're having FPS drops. So once you get to here, you're going to hit Game Filter. So once you're in this filter menu, you're going to hit Add Filter, Color, hit the drop down menu. Make sure tint color's on 0, tint intensity is on 0, temperature 0, and you're going to want to have your, vibrance is personal preference. I like it right around 30. If you like it a little higher, you can put it to 40, 50. If you don't like it as much, put it to 20. So that's going to be it for color. You're going to hit Add Filter again, Sharpen. You're going to hit the drop down menu. You're going to make sure your Sharpen's on 30% and your Ignore Film Grain all the way down to 0. Okay, well that is going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope it helped you guys get better FPS in Warzone. Season 7's right around the corner, or by the time you're watching this video, it's already out, and you're going to want the best settings possible for Warzone. Make sure to comment down below how much FPS this gave you guys. I really appreciate all the support, and the comments help a lot with the algorithm getting my videos out there. I will be uploading another 2 to 3 times a week. So if you guys do like the videos, I'm going to be live on my Twitch channel, which is in the description, around 4:30 p.m. PST today. And most days after that, if you guys want to stop by, check it out. Let me know what you think of the video on my Twitch chat. I'd love to chat with you guys. And that's going to be it for the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a soul, cause I know that they don't trust me. Please don't act like you know me, because it could get ugly.